Call to order the Douglasville City Council regular meeting for tonight, which is Monday, December the 1st, 2025. Our invocation will be done by our own Emily Hardaway, Communications Manager for Douglasville's Community Relations Department. After that, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Council Member Nicole Miller. Please stand for the invocation.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this evening and this time we have together, Lord. As we have entered a time of Thanksgiving, thank you for all the blessings that you have bestowed on us and on the city of Douglasville. I ask that you please be with our mayor and council this evening as they vote on city business, Lord. Please give them wisdom and discernment to lead our city well. Thank you for the day, and please keep us safe as we leave this place this evening. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Thank you, Councilmember Miller and Ms. Hardaway. We appreciate the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. For our announcements tonight, I'd like to welcome you to the Douglasville City Council regular voting meeting tonight. This is a City Council regular meeting of agenda items where official action will be taken on the items that were discussed last week. I'll go over protocol. I'm not certain if we have any visitors, but just in case, I ask if you would like to speak to us that you would keep your comments and presentations on a professional level dealing with the facts that are important for this governing body. We will not accept comments that are considered by the chair to be of a personal attack on any individual or group of individuals. Only one person speaking at a time. When you come to the podium, we ask that you please do not applaud, react to the speakers, clap, or carry on a conversation, that you would direct all of your concerns and comments to myself and council members. If you have a cell phone or electronic device, we ask that you would please put those in silent mode or turn those off until after the meeting so they will not be disruptive. I will go over the agenda items and how things will be handled, and then we will get into the meeting. The committee chairperson will read his or her agenda item. Then that person representing that agenda item or applicant will make his or her presentation. Myself and council members will possibly ask clarifying questions before we take the vote. Because these items were discussed on Thursday night during our legislative work session, we will not take questions or comments regarding each item during this meeting. Tonight is a voting meeting. We'll either vote to move, to approve, deny, or take no action. Prior to approaching the podium, if you'd like to speak to us, there's a form outside that you should fill that form out. And then when you come to have a conversation or your 5 minutes, we ask that you would give that form to our Assistant City Manager, Ms. Callan, to my left. Come to the podium and state your name and address for the record. This is not a question and answer format. This meeting is not a debate time. We're here to hear the information, deliberate, and make our decisions. If we do not have the information at this time, staff will respond to you at a later date. If you have any other materials that you would like for myself and council members to have, you can give that to Assistant City Manager. She'll make certain the clerk's office gets the information. They'll make copies and disseminate that information to us. That's it. Outside of when you come to the podium, each person has 5 minutes. There is a section for comments from citizens and delegates for you to talk to us about any other business germane to the city of Douglasville that may not be on the agenda, and you can certainly come and talk to us about that, your items after the regular agenda that is presented. Hopefully we're all on the same page with information. Now we'll start the meeting. We are at the approval of the agenda, and that is item number 5. It's an adoption of the regular meeting agenda for December 1st, 2025. I'll open the floor for a motion to approve item 25-411.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman Estes. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Davis. It's been probably moved in second. Moved by Councilmember Estes and second by Councilmember Davis to approve item 25-411. Do we have any questions, comments, or concerns as relates to this item from council members? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Majority rules over 25-411. We'll move on then to item 6, which is approval of the minutes. I will open the floor for a motion to approve the minutes of the November 13th, 2025 legislative work session and minutes of November 17th, 2025 regular meeting. That is item 25-412. Open the floor for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman Estes. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Davis. It's been properly moved in second to approve item 25-412. Do we have any questions, concerns, comments from council members about the minutes? Any corrections? Nope. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 25-412 is unanimously approved. Now we will move on to the consent agenda. I will open the floor for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman Estes. You're on a roll. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Davis. You're rolling with him. This is a motion and second to approve the consent agenda as presented. Council members that are here, do we see any corrections, concerns, comments as it relates to the consent agenda? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The consent agenda is approved unanimously with the majority that is here. Now we'll move on to items 8 through 19, which is Economic Development Committee, Finance Committee, Housing and Community Affairs, Legislative and Intergovernmental, Personnel and Organizations Committee, Planning and Development, Public Improvement and Beautification, Public Relations, Public Safety, Recreation, Culture and Tourism, Technology Committee, and Transportation Committees. There is no business needed to be presented this evening from those committees. So we are at item number 20, which is other business. Do we have any other business from council members to bring forward? No? Well, thank you all so much. Hopefully everyone had a nice Thanksgiving. I will remind us that we have Jingle Jamboree this Friday, December 5th at 6 p.m., which is the parade for Christmas. All the events will happen during the parade, but the main events will happen at the town green after, with Santa, reindeers, lighting of the Christmas tree, and we're celebrating with our Christmas family, AD West. So if I'm the only person making an announcement, we'll move on to the updates from city staff. Our city attorney, Mr. Joel Dotson.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Attorney Dotson. Staff attorney, Attorney Miranda Jordan.
No business, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Attorney Jordan. Our Police Department Deputy Chief, J.R. Davison.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much, Deputy Chief. Our City Manager, Ms. Marcia Hampton.
Yes, ma'am. Just to remind you all, Kristen Tate has sent information about the employee team meetings that we're having before the end of the year. There should be on your calendar. It's not a requirement for you to be there, but your presence is always welcome. Our first one's tomorrow with the police department at dark early in the morning. So if you would like to be there with us, it would be great to have you. Also, your staff has started the transition to move to the temporary space on Spring Street, the building formerly known as the Airway location. So you currently have staff working in both locations, but just as a reminder, after the public will be available to go into the temporary location on January 5th. So over the next few weeks, we will be making that transition.
All right. Thank you so much, City Manager. Is that all we have? Okay, there was something else. We have the new hire luncheon, which is tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. All your employee events, new hire luncheon, employee service awards are next week. All of those are loaded on your calendars.
Okay, that sounds great. All right, thank you, City Manager. Do we have any staff reports? Okay. If not, we'll move on to comments from citizens and delegates. If you sustain the meeting, this is a short meeting, and you'd like to speak to us, please come forward, give us your name and address for the record, and you have 5 minutes to talk to us about any business germane to the city of Douglasville. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Patsy Clayton. I've lived in Douglas County for about 50 years. I've lived in the same place for 46 on Pinecrest Drive.
Okay.
Are all of you familiar with where that is?
Yes, ma'am.
It's right off Rose Avenue. Our neighborhood has turned into a death trap. I not only have been run over because of speeders, and have been suffering terribly because of it, but the cut-through traffic has increased multiple times in the last few years, And I know that that's a public street. There's nothing that we can do about the cut-through traffic. But we've also had zero speeding enforcement, and we have had drag racers on that small street. We also have loaded dump trucks and flatbed trailers with or flatbed tow trucks with trailers, and 18-wheelers going down that little street that's smaller than Rose Avenue. It is a vision to watch them try to turn off of Pinecrest right onto Whitley. They have to back up 4 or 5 times, but they keep coming through. We need a no trucks over 6 wheels on that street. Many of our residents are, like me, senior citizens. And after 8 years of healing, I'm still under a doctor's care from being run over. The young lady was speeding down Whitley. I saw her coming, knew she was not going to be able to maintain her lane, moved somewhat into my neighbor's driveway, and she still hit me. I was in the street begging for care. She looked over the hood of her car, told me what I could do to myself, and left me lying there. In addition to that, the speeding is out of control. If during work hours and school hours, it's a racetrack, you would think it was I-20. We have been almost run over getting our mail. The other day, I went to my mailbox, and it's like they see you standing there, they speed up. I had to jump back into my yard to avoid getting hit. We need some enforcement, and if we can't have that, and I know that's not sustainable on a regular basis, then we need some speed breakers. I live at the first driveway just over that slight hill, and if I'm backing out and somebody is speeding from Rose Avenue, I'm T-boned. One of my best friends many years ago was T-boned getting out of my driveway, and it totaled her car. We either need enforcement or we need some speed breakers to save our lives. I appreciate, oh, by the way, I called the city about 8 weeks ago. I was transferred to our public service.
Yes, ma'am.
I listed all of these things. We discussed it. Haven't heard a word, not a response. Not one policeman has been there. Not one Department of Transportation person has come to speak about signs or making sure those huge trucks aren't coming through there. We just need some relief, and we need some help. And I'm pleading for it because it could have cost me my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Clayton. We apologize well, we're sorry, first of all, for what happened to you and on Pinecrest Drive, and we have our deputy police chief here, so someone will follow up to see what's going on, if we can have the no trucks over 6 wheels or speeding, the speedometer indicator that tells you how fast you're going.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. We've had those for years.
Okay.
And the minute you come haul them off, it makes no difference. As a matter of fact, it makes no difference while they're sitting there.
Yeah, so maybe someone to do tickets or something, but we have, our police department will certainly follow up with you, and
I would just,
sure.
I'm sorry. I noticed that every street in Arbor Station has speed breakers. Why can't we get them?
Yes, ma'am, we'll see. What
I have
the
even asked a
concern is.
police officer to come sit in either one of my driveways to ticket people.
I apologize, you give us your name and.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm Gloria Hill, and I live across the street from my neighbor, and my address is 7051 Pinecrest.
Okay.
And we have this issue. I work remote, and these cars speed down. They stop at Whitley. There's 3 cars of students at Douglas County High School. I've called the school and asked to speak to the resource officer. to give them the type cars that it is. They'll stop at Whitley, then they'll just floor it all the way down. I mean, just rev up the engine. And I'm afraid for my grandkids to play outside because of that factor. Because you never know when they're going to just fly down the street. From 7:15 to 8:45, it's like a Indianapolis 500 on Pinecrest. Also on Whitley. Once they turn on Whitley, they just floor it. And I'm just really afraid that somebody's really going to get hurt. And we're trying to prevent this before some tragic happens.
Yes, ma'am.
So, like I said, I've called the school. Now, when I did reach out to Douglas County, an officer came there and put the sign there, but it did for a week. He said, I'm going to flip it and turn it the other way. They actually came and picked it up and did not flip it. Like Cindy said, regardless of that sign was there, they are still speeding.
Yes, ma'am.
We're asking for help. Speed bumps, speed breakers, or something. Give us something before somebody gets hurt. My grandkids have to play in the backyard because I'm afraid for them to play in the front.
Yes, ma'am.
Because a ball can get loose at any time. They're not thinking they're going to go chase the ball, not knowing stopping for traffic or what have you. But we tremendously need some type of resolution here before something really major happens. So
Yes,
can
ma'am.
you guys just please, both driveways, they're free. You can come sit there and hand out tickets.
Yes,
Yes, we'll feed you.
it's okay.
But,
You have to feel-
but we really do need help, guys. We really do.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ms.
You're
Hill. We
welcome.
appreciate it. Ms. Clayton, did you give us, we only have one opportunity. Did you give your address? Yes. Okay, you have her address. Ms. Clayton, I was making certain that she had her address. Okay, on your form. All right. Any other comments?
I did,
We don't allow repeat offenders, but you can come on.
I did call the police, and a wonderful young officer came out. And I was very surprised to find out that at one point he had been my next door neighbor. He moved because he was afraid his 2-year-old was going to be run over.
Okay.
So I said there had been no one out. Once, several years ago,
Yes,
one
ma'am.
policeman came out and told me he had moved because of the traffic.
Okay.
Also, we fought ferociously to keep townhomes from being built off Whitley. We succeeded, only to find out they went right across the railroad track to build them. When those get full, they're going to come right over the railroad track, right down Whitley, because they're not going to go down Bankhead to hit Rosewood. We're going to have every person that lives in those townhouses coming through our neighborhood. So those speed breakers are even more critical once those have been filled.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll have a traffic assessment done. Deputy Chief will make certain. City Manager, we have a follow-up?
They, Ms. Clayton, traffic study may have been done, but we will have to recommence those in order for speed breakers. If you all remember, we can't just put speed breakers up anymore per GDOT, but I have messaged Mr. Thompson, your city engineer, to commence that. It usually takes about 90 days in order to get that done. And then it will tell you how many speed breakers would be necessary or any other type of traffic calming measures, and we'll get a cost estimate to
Okay.
present to you all if you all want to move forward in that direction. And then anything related to public safety, the chief and the deputy police chief will handle.
City Manager, do we have to have their signatures anymore of the neighbors? Is that a requirement?
This is your street, so you'll
Okay.
make that decision if this is something you want to do.
Okay. All right. Thank you, City Manager. Yes, ma'am. We could.
Who determines their presence or absence?
It's not so much who determines it. The Georgia Department of Community Affairs now requires us to have a traffic assessment anytime we put in speed breakers. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Cindy Shaw. I'm at 7054 Pinecrest.
Yes, ma'am.
The only thing I wanted to add is we do have a speed sign, a speed limit sign,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
it's been on the ground now for a while. And in addition to the speeding that comes along when we are trying, this happened Sunday, as a matter of fact,
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. My nephew was trying to turn into our driveway. Somebody went around him on the left-hand side and almost T-boned him trying to get around him, and he was turning into our driveway.
Yes.
So that's the kind of things that are happening. People are not stopping and let people turn into their driveways. They're going around them instead, on both sides, either side. However way they can get around them, and in either way, they're gonna go hit somebody in our yard or across the street in her yard.
Yes, ma'am.
So at a minimum, we would like to get the speed limit sign back up.
Right.
It was leaned up against a tree for a minute, but then it went down, so it was just
Someone
on the
called-
ground.
Someone called Public Works about the sign being down? Twice? Okay, we need to follow up.
And Whitley is down too. I don't even see
Okay.
the sign for Whitley.
Yes, yes, ma'am. We'll look into the signs being down. Thank you all so much
That
for
was
bringing
all
it
I
to our
wanted.
attention. Thank you, Ms. Shaw. Any other comments from citizens and delegates? Thank you. We appreciate you all bringing that information to our attention, and we will follow up with you. Thank you. If we don't have any other business, then this meeting is adjourned.